Thank you for purchasing a Powermax system. This brief movie is designed to provide you with basic information on Powermax system setup and operation, as well as tips to optimize cut quality and consumable life. The Powermax products are used in a vast assortment of application, both in manual and machine operation. Since the majority of use is with a hand torch in a manual operation, this movie focuses on these cutting techniques. However, much of the information can be applied to operating the system with a machine torch on a CNC table, robot, or track burner. Before we can begin talking about system setup, we must first emphasize the importance of safety. The plasma arc cutting process is very safe. However, it is extremely important that you fully understand and follow prevention methods to guard against electrical shock and how to protect your skin, ears, lungs, and eyes. By following proper setup and operational procedures demonstrated in this movie and outlined in the operator manual, you will minimize the chance of injury. In this section, we will cover consumable installation, power and air connections, system controls, and indicators. If later you have any questions relating to the proper setup of the system, refer to the operator's manual, the quick setup card, or the decals on the power supply. To check the proper installation of the torch consumables, unscrew the retaining cap to remove the parts within. Replace the parts by first inserting the swirl ring, followed by the electrode and nozzle. Screw the retaining cap on until hand tight. Do not over tighten, as the consumables may become and interfere with proper operation. To install the torch lead on G3 series products, open the door on the side and route the lead through the end cap, aligning the marks on the strain relief. Pull back the quick release collar and insert the lead's gas fitting. Slide the collar forward to lock in place, making sure it is secure. Then plug in the electrical connector, making sure the red dot is on top. If using a machine torch, please refer to the operator manual for installation and for the CNC interface connection instructions. To connect the plasma gas, compressed air, or nitrogen, the gas fitting must be installed to the filter element on the back of the system. Remove the quick disconnect fitting from the kit, which is in the side compartment. Apply a non-locking liquid pipe sealant to the threads of the fitting to ensure a leak-free installation. Do not use Teflon tape. Screw the fitting on until hand tight, then, using a wrench, turn until snug. Pull back the quick release collar on the gas hose and insert on the fitting. Air should be filtered to remove all dirt, water, and oil, as contaminants can damage the power supply, torch, and consumables. The minimum gas pressure is 90 psi or 6.2 bar and should not exceed 120 psi or 8.3 bar. If the installation of a plug is required, or the system is to be hardwired to a power source, the work must be done by a licensed electrician. For input voltage requirements, refer to the data plate on the back of the system or the operator manual. After the torch, gas, and power are properly connected, power on the system by turning the switch on the back of the system. The power lamp on the front of the system will illuminate. Depending on the lead length and whether you are cutting or gouging, you will need to identify the recommended gas pressure by referring to the decal on the system or the chart in the manual. Turn the current knob all the way to the left into the gas test position. Then pull the regulator knob to unlock. Set the desired gas pressure, then push the regulator knob to lock. Finally, adjust the cutting current to the desired position. Both the power and OK lamps should be green. The other indicator lamps on the system are for a general fault, voltage, gas pressure, torch cap placement, and over temperature. When the green gas pressure light is on, the pressure is acceptable for torch operation. If yellow gas pressure lamp illuminates, the gas pressure is too high or too low. If the yellow torch cap lamp illuminates, then the retaining cap is loose or not installed. If the yellow temperature lamp illuminates, the system temperature has exceeded its operating limit. If the yellow line voltage lamp illuminates, the line voltage is too low or too high, or, depending on the system you have, is missing a phase. Before making your first cuts, attach the work clamp securely to the workpiece or the cutting table near the cut. Remove any rust, paint, or coatings to ensure good electrical contact. Never attach it to the portion of the metal that will fall away. If using shielded consumables, you can drag the torch lightly across the workpiece. If using non-shielded consumables, maintain approximately a 1/16 inch or 1.5 millimeter torch to work distance. Avoid unnecessary starts as they reduce nozzle and electrode life. To perform an edge start, hold the torch vertically just off the edge of the workpiece. Pull the safety lock back and depress the red trigger to fire the torch. The pilot arc will transfer to the workpiece and become the cutting arc. You may need to pause at the edge until the arc has completely cut through the workpiece. Then proceed with the cut. When nearing the end of the cut, angle the torch into the direction of the cut, allowing the arc to come out first, ensuring a complete cut. Maintaining proper travel speed is key to successful cutting. Watch the arc beneath the plate as sparks should lag 15 to 30 degrees behind the cut. Lag lines on finished cut edge should also be about 15 to 30 degrees. If the sparks are vertical, then you are moving the torch too slowly. If the sparks are parallel to the workpiece or are spraying up, you are moving too fast or don't have sufficient power. You may use a circle cutting guide, straight edge, or template to guide the torch. However, the distance from the shield center to the edge must be factored when creating a template or placement of the straight edge. If using an angle iron for beveling, remember that the material thickness increases proportionally with the bevel angle. To cut expanded metal or metal with holes or gaps, turn the mode switch to Continuous Pilot Arc mode. This enables the system to automatically reinitiate the pilot arc. To cut, simply follow the same procedures as outlined for edge cutting. The piercing capability of a system is typically half of the maximum cut capacity. Depending on the thickness of the metal being pierced and the system being used, there are two methods of piercing. If piercing thin metal, hold the torch perpendicular to the workpiece and pull the trigger to transfer the arc. If piercing thick metal, hold the torch at an angle so that the nozzle is within 1/16 of an inch or 1.5 millimeters from the workpiece. Pull the trigger to transfer the arc, then slowly rotate it to an upright position. In both methods, when sparks are exiting from the bottom of the workpiece, you have pierced through the metal, and then you may proceed with the cut. To prolong the life of consumables, it is recommended that the second method be used to minimize damage to the consumables caused from molten metal blowback. To gouge, first turn off the system, install the gouging consumables, then restart the system. If using a G3 system, turn the mode switch to gouge. Next, to get a wider diffused arc for gouging, turn the current control knob to gas test, lower the air pressure to the desired level, Then adjust current control knob to the desired setting. Hold the torch perpendicular to the workpiece, then pull the trigger to transfer the arc. Rotate the torch to 45 degrees from the workpiece and slowly move the torch down the workpiece, removing the metal. If you desire a shallow gouge, decrease the angle of the torch. For a deeper gouge, increase the angle of the torch or make additional passes. Cut quality and consumable life are often two very important factors when selecting a system. To ensure that the torch consumables last as long as they are designed to, and perform to manufacturer's specifications, follow the tips in this movie and refer to the supplied cut charts for proper setup. A number of factors determine how long consumables last. Air quality, piercing technique, length of average cut, operator skill, material thickness, and material type all play a role. Reduced system performance and cut quality are often caused by poor air quality, so be sure to maintain clean, dry, oil-free air. Hypotherm offers a variety of accessories for the Powermax line, such as air filters, circle cutting guides, leather torch sheathing, system dust covers, wheel kits, heat shields, face shields, and fine cut consumables for cutting thin plate material. For more information about any Hypotherm products, please contact your authorized distributor or visit our website at hypotherm.com. By following the recommended setup and operational procedures, you will optimize the performance of your Powermax while ensuring years of safe and satisfactory operation. We thank you for your purchase of a Powermax system.